Scott Arthur.
Thank you, Mr Dowd, and what a pleasure it is to serve under you today. And I'd also like to thank the member for Mid-Derbyshire for so ably introducing this debate. So, Edinburgh, the old and new towns of Edinburgh are designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. My constituency of Edinburgh South West includes just a small corner of the UNESCO designated area, but the beauty of the historical legacy of the city centre is appreciated by all in my constituency. UNESCO's 80 years of work to preserve the world's heritage involves global art, monuments and even our oceans. I want to take this opportunity to talk about its work on literature preservation, something my English teacher might be surprised to hear, to be honest. UNESCO's founding aim was to preserve the intellectual and moral solidarity of mankind. As we've heard, its founders recognised that ignorance of the positive differences between us can lead to conflict. Engaging with literature can help us celebrate these differences. In 2004, Edinburgh became the world's very first UNESCO City of Literature. Since then, 52 other cities have followed and earned the same title. But I am proud that Edinburgh led the way. Our city has a rich literary history of great fiction writers, including Arthur Conan Doyle, Muriel Spark, who will get the first statue of a woman in Princes Street Gardens. And I have to say, Mr Chair, Edinburgh is a place where there's more statues of animals than there is of women. Quite a bizarre situation. Other authors include Kenneth Grahame. All these people called my city their home. In my constituency, the legacy of Robert Louis Stevenson also lives on. The writer of Treasure Island, one of his poems is preserved on the walls of Collington Tunnel in a fantastic mural. He travelled through that tunnel each summer, Mr Chair, to visit his grandfather, who was the minister at Collington Parish Church. And every year, thousands come to the city to take part in the Edinburgh International Book Festival and to enjoy the city's rich literary history. And also, second to the Book Festival, Mr Chair, is the Pentland Book Festival, which runs each year in my constituency. And I just want to highlight one of the books which was recently featured. It's from an author called Richard Kinloch, and it's a non-fiction book. It tells the story of his grandfather, how he travelled from Poland in the Second World War to the UK and eventually to fight in Arnhem. The book is called From the Soviet Gulag to Arnhem, and it's a fantastic story, and it reminds us that some immigrants came to our country to save it. And I know his parents, Isabel and Henry Kinloch, are very proud of him. With the knowledge of this fantastic literary legacy, both Nicholas's and others, we must continue to push forward with literacy across the country. I recently met with the UNESCO City Literature Trust. The Trust works across Edinburgh to engage people with our literary history, and since 2004 have reached an audience of at least 235,000 people. The Trust emphasised the importance of literature in our civic life, not just as a luxury, but as an essential public good. For them, the UNESCO status isn't an award, but an obligation to further the aims of UNESCO. And central to the public good in my city are libraries. In my constituency, I have Oxgangs, Westerhales, Fountainbridge, Balerno, Collington, Curry, Sighthill, and even the mobile library system is based in my constituency. And the reason we have such great libraries in Edinburgh is down to the work, well, partly down to the work of my good friend Val Walker, both before she became a councillor and after she was elected. Sadly, she died a few months ago, but the libraries in our city are a fantastic legacy to her. I am proud that this UK government has committed to delivering a library in every primary school in England, giving children the best start to life and enriching their learning. I hope to see a similar commitment in Scotland, where around a quarter of schools have no designated library space. Absolutely shameful. Giving children access to a variety of books and stories from a young age only helps to create a cohesive and integrated community. From a library in Edinburgh, a child can read stories about any country around the world, from authors from any country around the world. Nurturing children's understanding of their global role as citizens is essential to UNESCO's aims. Literature fosters a pride in a child's home and understanding and compassion of those who come from elsewhere. I do want to end up talking about another UNESCO site which is right at the edge of Edinburgh, and that's the Forth Bridge, the Forth Railway Bridge to some. And hit only stands so splendid today because of the work of Tamdi El in this place, and also of my former colleague, Professor Roland Paxton, who both fought to make sure it was preserved in excellent condition. Sadly, Roland passed away just a few days ago, but I think that bridge in its condition today is a fantastic legacy to him, Mr Chair. Thank you.
Sean Davis.